Looks like the big moment has arrived. This time, I will do things differently. It is your turn, Kakarot. This time, we will no longer be made pawns by the gods. Goku, you are in total disadvantage in fighting Mr. Beerus' Hakai form, but even so, he keeps smiling. This time, I already made my decision. What was your choice, Mr. Goku? Will you join us and become a destroyer? I've waited a long time for this, son Goku. It's time to define who will be the destroyer of everything. Just like the thought of the gods, I've never agreed with anything, and thinking that you can choose what you want whenever you want and make mortals your own pawns make me extremely frustrated for that. My choice is to become a god killer, a true killer of the gods. You really are very powerful, Mr. Beerus. Looks like the big moment has arrived. Goku, you are in total disadvantage in fighting Mr. Beerus' Hakai form, but even so, he keeps smiling. I've saved this transformation to use against you! I live for this day! It doesn't even look like it's the true same Lord Goku as before. His skin is similar to the skin of the angels. Could it be that he was able to activate this transformation because he finally completely mastered his Ultra Instinct? Son Goku, you had no chance. I always knew that. Mr. Beerus. This won't do any good. You know it. Right? This time, we will no longer be made pawns by the gods. You're right. I don't know what happened to this reality's Goku. What incredible power is that? It doesn't even look like it's the true same Lord Goku as before. Son Goku, you had no chance. I always knew that. This is impossible. How did you manage to do this? You will know my true power, Beerus.
Goku! Oh, you've changed a lot! Now your transformation is all blue!
His skin is similar to the skin of the angels. Could it be that he was able to activate his transformation because he finally completely mastered his Ultra Instinct? You're next, Mr. Whis. So that's it. That was the power of the Saiyan of prophecy. That Saiyan who defies and denies all God's decisions. Well done, Mr. Goku. I had already forgotten. In fact, this whole time I just wanted to forget, but I lost them all. After the defeat of Perfect Cell Max, Gohan managed to achieve extraordinary powers, where many wondered if he had surpassed Goku's powers. Gohan Beast Mode 2 impresses everyone by showing his true form. Gohan Beast Mode embodies the Supreme God and humiliates Goku and Beerus in front of everyone.
Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of the Z Warriors. Without further ado, let's get straight to the point.
Universe 7, Planet Earth, Goku's house. Goku and Vegeta found themselves in another training session alongside Beerus and Whis, while Earth was in charge of being brought to peace by Gohan's side, Piccolo, and other Z Warriors. Goku and Vegeta were with their powers much higher, but they didn't expect Gohan to be showing more skills and more powers than in the past. Many things end up being developed within the whole story. Gohan has a dream. Gohan kept training to show all his power, even because his final transformation to me was not the limit of his strength. At that moment, Gohan believed that he could get stronger and stronger, until the moment he starts to hear a voice whispering in his ear. That voice says,
Gohan, it is time for us to start acting. They will still be able to take everything from you. You are more powerful than all of this. The time has come for you to show your true power. Come on, Gohan. Show now everything what you're capable of. Come on, show the true power of a god. The power of the one who is above everything and everyone, Gohan. The Saiyan hybrid child.
Gohan starts to wonder,
Who are you? Who's talking right now?
The voice answers,
I am you, your greatest power that is sleeping inside of you.
Gohan wakes up. Gohan then starts talking to Videl. Videl says,
Well, after you showed incredible powers against the new Cell, you were a little different.
Gohan responds,
I think I'm starting to learn how to control these powers of mine. Unlike before, I only fought to want to bring justice. But now it seems like as a Saiyan, I fight so that I can get stronger just for the pleasure of fighting. Am I really getting the way my father is? Is my Saiyan hybrid side talking much louder than the others? It seems to be a little crazy. When I think that for most of my life I was trained by Mr. Piccolo and my mother just wanted me to stay calm, studying, and now it seems that I can't wait for moments to struggle. I want to get stronger and stronger.
Piccolo arrives at Gohan's house and calls him to train. Piccolo says, Come on, Gohan, the time has come. Piccolo and Gohan every day did a series of trainings so that Gohan wouldn't get rusty. After they defeated the Perfect Cell Max, Gohan said,
Mr. Piccolo, I guess we need to train a little more. After all, we don't know what could be the extent of the threats that can show. So you already know. Let's really show our true powers.
Gohan begins to raise even more heavenly power. After training, Piccolo begins to notice an extreme difference in Gohan's energy. He appeared to be Divine Ki. Meanwhile, directly on planet Beerus, while Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus were carrying out their training, everyone stopped training and began to observe a huge difference in power that was happening on Earth. Whis starts laughing and says,
Oh, Mr. Beerus, looks like we'll have a visitor here soon.
Beerus responds, I'm already realizing we will have a very interesting news. Apparently, the games will start. Goku Vegeta didn't quite understand what was happening. Back to planet Earth, Gohan says,
Mr. Piccolo, I think it's time we asked whether the training we're doing is greater than the training of the gods. I once fought my father only when he had my ultimate form and was defeated. But now I'm sure I could defeat him.
Gohan asks Piccolo to help him communicate directly with Whis so they can get to the planet Beerus. Beerus at first does not accept and says, How do these mortals think they can enter my planet? My planet is a secret place that can only powerful beings be, and gods can enter with my permission.
Whis watches and speaks. Mr. Beerus, don't be rude. Don't be so angry about it. Let them in. They don't mean to harm anyone. They just want to test a little of their powers. And Goku and Vegeta are here, so it will be interesting.
Beerus responds angrily. Let it be then, Whis. Whis teleports Gohan and Piccolo to the planet Beerus. Goku watches and speaks.
Gohan, it's been a long time. Been a long time since I saw you, but I heard that you managed to protect Earth and soon after defeated Cell himself again. Does that mean Cell came back stronger? You must have gotten a lot more powerful then. Yes, father. For sure I got stronger and maybe even stronger than you. Vegeta smiles and says,
What arrogance! Does that mean that you are so sure of your power? Well, come and fight me then.
Piccolo interrupts Vegeta and speaks.
No, I will fight with you soon. It seems that Gohan wants a rematch with his father, as he's shown greater power and great development in the past. So let's analyze all this that will happen. Gohan sure has a lot more powers to show, and I'm sure his development in battle has increased a lot more. Believe me, this Gohan is not the same Gohan as before. He is a totally different being. At that moment, Goku and Gohan prepare to fight. Gohan says,
Father, it won't be as easy for you to defeat me as before. So let's begin.
Gohan activates his Super Saiyan form and Goku also activates the same transformation. The two start to fight and have an amazing fight until the moment that Goku says, Won't you show me your might as once you did last time? Gohan smiles and says,
Why would I show you all my power if I don't need to use it right now? If you don't show more than that, I guarantee you won't be able to beat me, father.
At that moment, Goku activates the Super Saiyan 2 and gets a little angry. As Gohan continues to utilize his Super Saiyan form, Goku notes that Gohan has managed to get much stronger than before because he hasn't even used his ultimate form. Gohan smiles and activates his ultimate form, starting to take a huge advantage over Goku. However, Goku directly activates Super Saiyan Blue combined with Kaioken augmented 100 times. The battle starts to get tougher. Beerus starts to get interested and says, It seems that Son Goku's son is much stronger than before. This fight is getting a little interesting. The battle starts to get more and more intriguing. We can see that Gohan is smiling. Gohan speaks, Come on, Dad. Don't you think I'm not worthy of you to use your Ultra Instinct? Goku starts to smile and says, If this is what you want now, you will know the true strength of the being that is acclaimed the mortal who can perform the technique that the gods have the most difficulties with. At that moment, Goku activates his Ultra Instinct. Gohan starts to smile and says, Your transformation is very interesting, but now you will know the true power of a hybrid Saiyan essence. Gohan activates his final form. Beerus and everyone else starts to be surprised. Whis says,
Silver hair, red eyes. It reminds me of a person from the past. Is this boy? It is not possible. Is this really real? If this is really real and he unleashes his true power, then Lord Goku won't stand a chance.
Furious Vegeta says, This boy in the past had already shown incredible powers. He saved the Earth in a situation where we were in no position to defeat the enemy. He was extremely powerful, and now from what I'm seeing, this boy really still managed to get stronger. Piccolo says, He didn't stop training for a moment, so now he can do amazing things. Goku started to fight with his Ultra Instinct while Goku showed great mastery with his Beast form. The battle started to get more and more intriguing until the moment when Goku started to have a little advantage because Gohan started to feel a little pain in his head. Goku says, Come on, Gohan, what's going on with you? Show your power, son. Is that all? Gohan starts to hear the voice in his head again. The voice says,
You are superior to all of this. You are superior to all these beings. Come on. Show what you're really capable of.
Gohan's powers begins to explode even more. His hair grows out of his shirt and rips. Gohan begins to have the pupil of his eyes completely whitish and red streaks on his body. Gohan teleports behind Goku and hangs him saying, Look, Dad, I think now I'm going to put you to sleep. Vegeta is impressed and says, What kind of transformation is this?
Piccolo is also surprised and says, I confess that I had no idea about this transformation. I don't know what's going on with Gohan. Beerus asks, what is this? Come on, explain, Whis. Whis starts to smile and speaks.
Well, it seems that Son Goku-san has the powers of the Saiyan Supreme God. That god that surpasses even Yamoshi's strength. It seems that not only Lord Goku, but all of us are in a sticky situation right now.
Gohan looks at Goku and says, well, I don't know what to do. If I must defeat all of you here now, I believe that first I will defeat you, Father, and the next will be Mr. Beerus. And I'll decide what I'm going to do with this whole universe. Goku watches and speaks. Gohan, what are you talking about? This cannot happen. Goku and Vegeta began to undergo arduous training on the planet Beerus to awaken their true latent powers. Due to the great catastrophes that were happening in the universe after the reincarnation of the Supreme God had shown himself to be Gohan, and he had gone to meet directly with the High Priest. Since that moment, a major collapse has taken place and a barrier has been created inside Zeno-sama's palace. And so far, we don't know what happened. Goku, hearing the explosion that seemed to be light years away from the planet Beerus, wanted to solve the situation, but knew that his powers were far inferior to that of a Supreme God. Whis makes a proposal to Goku and Vegeta.
Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta, you want to get stronger and get Goku's son back, right? The only thing you need to do is get stronger. And for that, you will have to overcome the powers of many celestial beings. Because this battle could be the decisive battle of your life.
At that moment, Goku says, Mr. Whis, I'm sure we Saiyans have no limit to our strength. I'm going to get much stronger, and I'll be able to bring Gohan back before Mr. Zeno decides to make some other kind of decisions. Whis watches and speaks.
Very well. Good luck, because you will need it.
Planet Beerus. Vegeta says, Mr. Whis, I want to get stronger. After all, I can't be left behind Kakarot, let alone his son. Whis smiles and says,
Mr. Vegeta, just pay close attention, please. You have the Ultra Ego. This power works in a totally different way than the Ultra Instinct. Maybe this time I have a suggestion for you to save a little time. Because with every second that passes, things start to get more and more intense within other universes. We don't know what Gohan embodied in the 8th God is doing. Nor do we know if he started to battle against the High Priest. If this boy is a reincarnation of the Supreme God, well, this entire power is his alone. But the lack of control can cause catastrophic things to be created. The same way Broly showed his powers and he just didn't run away from his insanity. So he needed to know how to control his anger. I'm thinking about the best training for you, Mr. Vegeta. The same way I'm thinking about Mr. Goku. But I don't think it makes any sense for me to train the two of you now. You two already possess the true techniques of martial arts.
Beerus starts watching and says, Whis, maybe it's time to take them to that place. Whis starts to laugh and says,
No. Are you sure, Lord Beerus?
Goku and Vegeta don't understand what Beerus was trying to say. At that moment, Beerus says, Surely you know the time chamber in the Temple of Kami-sama. After all, you trained there for years and managed to become much stronger. That there can be considered as another dimension. There is also an empty dimension where Frieza was able to achieve his black form. This form of Frieza had truly surpassed the powers of the two of you. But now, think on more intense. There are some powers that can only be mastered for both Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct when training in the God dimension is carried out. Goku doesn't understand and speaks. Dimension of the gods? I didn't even know it existed. Whis starts laughing and talks.
But there is. You have to understand that within all universes there are different training dimensions. Time passes very slowly without aging the one who is there. On Earth, you own Kami-sama's time chamber. In Universe 7, there is an empty dimension that was where Frieza trained. But here on planet Beerus, there is the Room of Gods, the God Chamber. In the God Chamber, time passes slowly, just like in the Time Chamber. But to be able to survive in it, The user's divine ki needs to be extremely high because otherwise their energy ends up being drained more and more. And so the user ends up going dead. Well, you don't have much choice. Either you resolve the situation in this training, or you will simply die. It's a die or die situation. What will be your decision?
Goku watches and speaks. Mr. Whis, I will train in the dimension of the gods. Moments after, Vegeta speaks. If Kakarot is going, then I'm going too. I'm already very angry with his son being that powerful. I didn't even get a chance to fight him. Whis smiles and takes Goku and Vegeta to train in the God Dimension. This very dimension climate combined with the energy of the destitute Ultra Ego. It felt like an energy never seen before. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta start training. Goku says, Vegeta, seems like time here passed totally different. I feel very strange energies around here. It feels like it's an energy of Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego that dwell in one place. A great light appears in the body of Goku and Vegeta, and they end up being separated. At that moment, a distorted version of Goku and Vegeta appears in front of the originals. Goku says, What? What is happening around here? I'm not understanding anything. Out of the God Chamber, Whis starts watching and says,
They actually get it, Mr. Beerus.
Beerus watches and speaks. This is very complicated to say. After all, it's a technique that even I have a hard time using. Whis says,
In fact, the angels cannot possess this ability. After all, we only possess the mastery of self-movement. But the mastery of self-movement, when it's combined in just one being along with the Ultra Ego, brings about the birth of the strongest warrior. It is said that the being who manages to achieve this power will be able to defeat any enemy. Well, let's see what they'll do.
Vegeta fights the distorted version of Goku who used his mastery of Ultra Instinct. Vegeta activates his Ultra Ego and with great speed begins to attack. Great battles began to take place. Vegeta activates his Ultra Ego and says, And you've got to be kidding me! This Kakarot appearing in front of me seems to have even more powers than the original. Is this really the training that takes place in the time chamber of the gods? What are they planning around here? Goku starts fighting the distorted version of Vegeta, who had appeared using his Ultra Ego. Goku says, What is Mr. Beerus trying to do? I don't understand. Why is he making us fight other versions of ourselves? What's the point of it? At that moment, Goku begins to reason in the battle and says, Maybe it is that. Vegeta, I think I already know what they want. Maybe if we learned our techniques that we got from the gods, we would achieve a new power. At that moment, Goku starts trying to develop the energy of destruction that was Ultra Ego energy. After Goku tried to activate the Ultra Ego, his body felt a huge collapse, and Goku fell to the ground in immense pain. Vegeta says, Kakarot, you stupid worm! You should already know that there's a great conflict between the energy of destruction and the pure energy of Ultra Instinct. These two powers do not combine. If we try to do that, our bodies will explode. Days and days go by, and every time Goku tries to activate his Ultra Instinct combined with Ultra Ego, his body begins to collapse and feel a lot of pain. When Goku tries to combine Ultra Ego to the the pain is even greater. More days pass, and Goku smiles and speaks. This time I'll make it! A big explosion happens. Goku starts fighting the fake Vegeta with Ultra Ego. Goku burns his energy to the maximum outside the time chamber of the gods. Beerus and Whis sense a big difference what was happening there. Whis says,
What? What could have happened?
Moments after, a great tremor in the time chamber of the gods occur. Beerus says, This can only be a joke! You ended up destroying the God Dimension! To rebuild such a room will take months! Huh? At that moment, Vegeta, with his totally exhausted body, was feeling fascinating. Soon after, Goku started to smile and says, I think we got it, Mr. Beerus and Mr. Whis. Whis is surprised and says,
How so? What happened? Did you manage to master the technique?
Vegeta starts laughing and says, "It looked like we were going to die. Until the moment I saw that Kakarot pushed his limits to manage to combine the mastery of Ultra Instinct alongside his Ultra Ego, and his skin was totally different. Scratches appeared on his body and his hair started to get spiky. That transformation was incredible, apart from what cracks in time began to be created. Shortly after Kakarot had this transformation, he fell down and became unconscious. It took me days to raise the same power. I knew I could get stronger, because I've seen him show this transformation. Right after, I managed to achieve the new form, and after my power was taken more and more. How did I not know how to destroy and how to return? From that time chamber, I just had to create a time rift and destroy it. I'm sorry. But now I think I'm ready.
Whis is fascinated.
Beerus says, "Vegeta, you'll pay me! So you're the one who destroyed the time chamber of the gods." At that moment, a great light here tremor appears. Everyone is scared. Palace of Zeno-sama. Zeno wakes up from his dream and says,
Oh, Great Priest, who is this guy?
Zeno-sama begins to face Gohan embodied in the Supreme God. Back to planet Beerus. Beerus gets serious and says, "Looks like it's about to start. Glad you managed to get stronger." Goku and Vegeta break through the limits of their strength once again. Goku, after performing training alongside Vegeta in the Room of the Gods of the Planet of Destruction, Goku began to show the transformation of Time God, a transformation that was capable of creating temporal rift within the universe. Would this be the skill needed to defeat the 8th Supreme God that was in Gohan's body so far? Is Gohan the reincarnation of the 8th Supreme God? But are there still some enemies behind it all? What will happen within this battle? Zeno-sama's palace. Gohan faced the High Priest. Gohan says, "Great Priest, I'm not sure why I'm here, but I'm sure I need to defeat you. At least grant me a battle with you." The Great Priest began to laugh and says,
What audacity! This celestial being reminds me a lot of the one who challenged me one day, and that I had to use a great power called planetary devastation to be able to send him to the next world. Is it not true, 8th Supreme God?
Gohan starts laughing and says, "Very well, let's get started." Gohan activates his ultimate form. Soon after, he rages even more, activating the Beast mode. The Great Priest starts to laugh and says,
It seems that Son Goku's son actually possessed extremely high powers. Let's see what you can show here.
Gohan tries to use the mastery of his Ultra Instinct and try to land several blows on the High Priest, but the High Priest dodges with great speed and says,
You must know that I am among the most powerful in the entire multiverse, so you will need a lot more than that to beat me.
Gohan laughs and says, "Well, I already imagined that this would have happened. In fact, I don't even know why I alone tried to attack you. Looks like someone is trying to speak for me right now." At that moment, Gohan starts to laugh and a big shudder starts to occur inside Zeno-sama's palace. Gohan's body began to change and scratches on his body began to show. We can see that the battle had gotten a lot more intriguing. Within moments, Gohan had once again become the 8th of the Ultimate in his Beast Form Mode 2. The power of the 8th of the Supreme had already made the High Priest begin to reflect on everything that was happening. It looked like the battle would be unprecedented. The Great Priest speaks.
And that's it. You managed to get more powerful. It seemed that since the first Celestial War, I hadn't felt energy as strong as yours. You mean this boy's powers interested you? Or for some reason are you wanting to dominate the boy's body?
The 8th Supreme God says, "It doesn't matter, Daishi-kan. What matters is that now we will be able to clarify a battle that had started millennia ago. Isn't that fascinating?" The Great Priest smiles. A great attack is launched on the 8th Supreme God. Footsteps begin to emerge over the palace. The 8th Supreme God observes and speaks. "So, it means you have arrived." Zeno-sama appears and says,
Daishikan, why am I feeling the presence of a being from the past in Son Goku's son's body? What is happening?
The Great Priest says,
Your Majesty,
Let me resolve this entire situation for you. Back to the present moment on the planet Beerus. Goku and Vegeta had performed the training in the Hall of the Gods. Goku had attained this new transformation. Goku says, Mr. Whis and Mr. Beerus, I need to get out of here now because I know a great battle is awaiting for us. I need to get to Xenosama's palace soon and get Gohan back. Let's go, Vegeta! At that moment when Goku was getting ready to go, Whis gets in front of him. Goku says, What are you doing, Whis? Vegeta watches and speaks. Kakarot, haven't you noticed? Looks like they don't want us to let us go. Goku says, Mr. Whis, Mr. Beerus, don't play with us. We need to go to resolve the situation soon. Beerus watches and speaks. Not quite. After all, you have trained in the Rim of the Gods. We need to test your powers. That's the only way. Goku starts to smile and says, Okay, let's see if my training really worked. Goku says to Vegeta, Let's go, Vegeta. Now the two of us together will be able to show our best performance. We cannot let the future of the universe be in their hands. If the heavenly gods decide to make the decision around here, things get a lot more complicated. At that moment, Goku activates his new transformation alongside Vegeta. Vegeta says, I guess it's now the time to show our powers, Kakarot. Goku next to Vegeta starts attacking Beerus and Whis and dodges with great mastery. Beerus activates his Akai form while Whis utilizes the mastery of Ultra Instinct. Beerus casts a great power over Goku. At that moment, Goku had received several blows from Beerus, while Vegeta tried to dodge Whis' blows. Beerus throws Goku and Vegeta away and the two fall. Vegeta says, I don't know if you're feeling this, Kakarot, but I believe that now seems to be different. Perhaps this training really worked. Goku watches and starts to smile, saying, Vegeta, now we have the power to show them all what we came here for. It looks like this time we won't be pawns on this chessboard anymore. Goku becomes more and more enraged as he shows the power that had been reborn a long time ago. Goku's skin darkens. The power of the mastered Ultra Instinct and the white streaks on his body emerge. Whis watches and says, This transformation, that's not possible. First Gohan and now Mr. Goku. Does that mean that the reincarnation of the Supreme Gods is being shown over the Saiyans? But unlike Gohan, do Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta have control over this transformation? Let us analyze what is happening right now. At that moment, Goku starts to get angry and appears behind Whis. Vegeta ends up combining his power with Goku's and knocks Beerus down, and that Goku would land a blow directly on Whis. Whis starts to laugh and says, I think that's enough, Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta. I think you have now really shown your true powers. Things began to change and we began to understand more about how these situations were happening. Goku deactivates his transformation and speaks. I don't think we have much to do, Whis. We need to go to Xenosama's palace right now. Whis and Beerus smile and wish Goku and Vegeta good luck. Goku and Vegeta teleport directly to Xenosama's palace. The Great Priest was seated in front of Xenosama's palace. Gohan wasn't there. Goku and Vegeta look at the Great Priest and says, Great Priest, what happened here? The Great Priest responds, We have a little problem now. Xenosama was captured by the 8th Supreme God. Goku and Vegeta are startled. To be continued. It looks like things have gotten really more complicated right now, and we have a very intriguing battle to come. And hey, my partner, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all of this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you arrive here exposing in your comments so that we can enter to the crazy debate. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.